Yo, it just got serious in the WNBA. After getting blown out 93-58 by Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, the Chicago Sky aren't just licking their wounds. They're coming back with a new plan, and it's centered around two names, Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso. Forget about what you thought you knew. This rivalry is evolving, and the Sky are gearing up for war. After Reese's heated moment with Clark, the dust settled, and now she's talking different. The coach is strategizing, and the blueprint to shut down Indiana is starting to take shape. Let's dive into the 5 major reasons why the Sky's new strategy with Reese and Cardoso might just be the key to flipping the script, and finally putting Clark and the Fever in their place. Let's go back to the moment that started it all, third quarter. Angel Reese is charging to the hoop. It's a clean look until Caitlin Clark steps in and sends her crashing to the floor. The refs call it a flagrant. Reese gets up furious, barking in Clark's face, ready to go. The benches move, the refs separate everyone, and just like that, the rivalry hits a whole new level. But here's what's wild. Reese didn't stay angry. She cooled down, spoke to the media afterward, and said, "Basketball play." Now why does that matter? Because that's not Reese backing down. That's her locking in. That's her understanding that emotion didn't win the first game. Execution will. She's not just going to react next time, she's going to respond. And that's way more dangerous. Sky head coach Tyler Marsh didn't leave anything vague after the game. He came out and made it crystal clear. This team will stand behind Angel Reese no matter what, and they're not apologizing for how she reacted. But behind that loyalty is something deeper, a strategic shift. Marsh knows that Reese's energy isn't the problem, it's how to channel it. And now, with Camila Cardoso in the mix, the Sky are leaning into what they have that the Fever don't. Size, strength, and defensive toughness. This isn't going to be about matching Clark shot for shot. It's going to be about making her uncomfortable physically and mentally. Body her, box her, beat her down in the paint. And with Reese and Cardoso as the Twin Towers, that's a plan that can work, especially if the Fever aren't ready to handle that level of pressure every single possession. Here's where things get real interesting. Up to now, all the media chatter has been about Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. And sure, that's the flashy headline. That's the drama everyone loves, but the truth is, Caitlin hasn't even faced the Sky's full weaponry yet. And the most dangerous piece? Camila Cardoso. Let that sink in. 6 feet 7 inches of pure disruption waiting to be unleashed. Cardoso is a freak of nature on the defensive end. She's not just tall, she's tough, physical, and fearless. At South Carolina, she didn't just defend the paint, she erased it. Now imagine what happens when you put that in the WNBA, backed up by the fiery presence of Angel Reese. It's not just a one-on-one issue anymore, it's double trouble. What people are missing is that Clark has never dealt with that kind of front-court combo, not in college and certainly not yet in the pros. Sure, Clark has gone against size before, but not like this. Cardoso doesn't need to score 20 points to be impactful. Her job will be simple but devastating. Clog the paint, alter shots, body up Aaliyah Boston, and make Caitlin second-guess every drive to the rim. Think about it. Clark's game is dangerous because she can penetrate and dish. When she gets past her defender, she pulls the help and kicks out to shooters. But what happens when that help defense is Camila Cardoso, standing tall, hands up, ready to send her shot into the second row? Suddenly that dish isn't so easy. Suddenly those lanes don't look so open. And here's the kicker. Cardoso plays with controlled aggression. Unlike some defenders who get caught up in emotion and foul trouble, Camila knows how to stay vertical, play smart, and let her size do the work. Once she's fully integrated into Chicago's system and in game shape, that's the moment this rivalry shifts from flashy backcourt fireworks to front-court warfare. And Clark's not going to just feel that. She's going to get hit by it. Camila Cardoso is the wild card, the disruptor, the one player Caitlin hasn't solved yet. And when she enters the picture full-time, everything changes. Let's be honest. Most teams in the WNBA are built around backcourt flash, scorers, ball handlers, shooters. But the Chicago Sky, they're about to bring it back to the trenches. Because when you put Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso together, you're not just building a front court. You're building a fortress. Individually, they're a problem. Reese is a relentless rebounder, emotional spark plug, and fearless competitor. Cardoso was a towering shot blocker, paint anchor, and defensive cheat code. Rivalry is great for sport, I understand that. I grew up loving rivalries, I grew up in Iowa State, that's like a pro matchup in the state of Iowa, I understand that. Or whether it was my high school team, I still hate a rival high school, Valley High School, sorry. I'm sure there's a lot of people from Valley High School that love me and support me now. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you guys, but I wasn't your biggest fan. I didn't like the Tigers growing up, so. But together, they're nightmare fuel for any team that thinks they can just walk into the lane and get easy buckets. Indiana's offense, for all its flash, depends heavily on Caitlin Clark creating from the top and Aaliyah Boston finishing inside. That's their bread and butter, but here's the problem. When Reese is attacking the glass and Cardoso is clogging the paint, you take that bread and you burn it. Boston won't be able to muscle through two elite defenders. Clark won't have the same driving space or room to throw laser passes into the post. That connection they rely on, it'll be cut off at the source, and offensively, don't sleep on what this duo can do either. Reese can score off offensive boards, putbacks, and mid-post slashes. Cardoso can operate out of the short roll, hit turnarounds, and draw defenders with her sheer presence. And the best part, they don't need plays run for them to dominate. That's where this gets scary for Indiana, because when the Sky's guards start attacking and pulling the Fever's defense away from the basket, suddenly the twin towers of Reese and Cardoso are left one-on-one inside, and that's a matchup that Indiana can't win consistently. It's a physical mismatch, a tempo mismatch, and a culture mismatch. Indiana is finesse. Chicago is fight. And if the Sky can harness that identity, stay disciplined, and let the front court lead, they won't just win games, they'll break teams, starting with the one they just lost to. Let's not sugarcoat it. This rivalry is the future of the WNBA. Clark versus Reese, Indiana versus Chicago, the high-scoring sniper versus the scrappy enforcer. It's everything women's basketball needs right now, and it's only heating up. Sure, Indiana destroyed Chicago in the opener if you think that was the end of the story, you're missing the point. That game was the spark, not the resolution. The Sky got embarrassed. Clark hit a triple-double. Reese got roasted online. But behind all that, a fire was lit. Now the Sky are regrouping. They've got film, motivation, strategy, and the scariest thing of all, options. More than anything, as a player, you approach the game the same every single time. Are you sure? That's how you should approach every single game. You prepare the same way. You come ready to play, whether it's the team that's last in the league or the team that's first in the league. It doesn't matter. And I think for the fans, it's great. They love it. And Chicago is the closest team to us. We bus there usually, so I get it geographically. But I think for our team and our group, it's we prepare the same way every single game. But I expect it to be an awesome game. Camila Cardoso's debut is going to shift the balance of power. Angel Reese's emotional intelligence is catching up with her physicality. And head coach Tyler Marsh, he's done playing nice. The Sky are entering prove-it mode. They know the media's favorite child is Caitlin Clark. They know the crowd's going to be loud every time she touches the ball, and guess what? They don't care anymore. Reese is over the headlines, she's over the tweets, she wants revenge, but not through yelling this time, through wins. That's why the next time these two teams meet, it's not going to be about fouls and flare-ups. It's going to be about domination in the paint, possession control, breaking Clark's rhythm. You can feel it. This is going to become a rivalry for the ages, and that's not hyperbole. It's the beginning of a new WNBA era. So fans, get ready. This isn't just about highlights anymore. It's about who wants it more. And right now, Chicago's got the look of a team with unfinished business. Because they didn't lose that game. They learned from it. And next time, they're coming with a plan and a vengeance. Let's get one thing straight right now. If you think this Caitlin Clark versus Chicago Sky storyline ended with a 93-58 blowout, you haven't been paying attention. Because that wasn't the climax. That was the pilot episode. That was the appetizer before the league's main course. That was the spark that just lit the fire for the most intense rivalry the WNBA has seen in a generation. This is not just a basketball beef anymore. It's a battle of two mentalities. Caitlin Clark walks into every game with icy composure, all business, all buckets. She doesn't bark, she doesn't bait, she just embarrasses teams with her jumper, her vision, her triple-doubles. She's the cool assassin who came into the league and said, "I'm not waiting my turn, I'm taking the crown right now." Angel Reese? She's the opposite. She plays with fire. She's emotional, reactive, vocal, and unapologetically fierce. And she's made it clear, she's not going to bow down to the media's favorite. She's not here for the Clark hype train. She's here to derail it. But here's where the shift happens. Reese has realized that the yelling, the clashing, the viral quotes, they make headlines, sure, but they don't make wins. And that's why her post-game response after the Clark foul, calm, controlled, and collected, was so important. It wasn't just maturity, it was a warning. It said, I'm not here to react anymore. I'm here to respond. And the Sky, they're picking up that energy. Head coach Tyler Marsh didn't come out of that loss with excuses. He came out with plans. Plans to adjust the rotations, plans to activate Reese Cardoso, plans to make the Fever earn every bucket the hard way next time. They're not intimidated by Clark's range anymore. They're not here to admire the highlights. They're here to ruin the script. And the next time these teams meet, it won't be a 35-point blowout. It'll be war. Because now Reese has a front court partner in Cardoso who brings size and shot blocking that Indiana hasn't faced yet. Now the Sky coaching staff has seen Clark's tendencies, her triggers, her sweet spots. And you better believe they'll be ready to disrupt every one of them. But more than X's and O's, this rivalry has become personal. It's about legacy, about pride, about proving who the league's next queen really is. And here's the twist. Both sides need each other. Clark's legend needs a foil, a rival, someone who challenges her every time they share a court. Reese needs a benchmark, someone who's getting the respect, the airtime, the headlines, so she can take it, not ask for it. And the WNBA? They need this feud. They need this energy. They need the games where crowds are standing, where elbows fly, where every possession feels like the finals. Because this is the kind of narrative that drives growth. That pulls in casual fans, that turns the league from respected to revered. So, to anyone who thinks Clark embarrassed the Sky and it's over, you're dead wrong. The Sky aren't broken. They're brewing something. They're stewing in that loss, dissecting every possession, preparing for revenge. And when they come back, it won't be with tweets or talk shows. It'll be with defense, physicality, adjustments, and the determination to show the league that this rivalry doesn't belong to Indiana. It belongs to both teams. And this isn't the end. It's just the first chapter in a long, brutal, beautiful war.